Warning, this content is not for kids. If you're a kid, f off.
Where are we, boys and girls? It's been a while, is it? It's been a while. Welcome back to the channel. Right. I know this place is tech central, and that's why we haven't been here for a minute. But I'm coming here today, well this evening, to hopefully get some ticks. I want some ticks on me. I want some ticks on Alan. I want at least one tick on me. I'll explain why later. We're going to get to our camp spot first. Alright, young team. Oh, you're not even in there. Must get some pretty big pills in those pill boxes, eh? Why are they called pill boxes? Yeah, Alan's got a new piece of kit, and I'll show you what it is soon. Back in the day, I used to get really annoyed with people leaving poo bags in places. But you see them when you find a poo bag hanging from a fence or a tree, and you're like, which dickhead done that? So we're in Edsel on the river, river-esque, and an old lady walking along the pathway hung a poo bag on a shelf. But we were across the river, so there was no point in me going, oh you, grab your poo bag, man, what you thinking? That lady walked for another 20 minutes and then come back again and collected the poo bag. So when you see a poo bag hanging from a tree or a fence, it might just because they're having a walk and they don't want to carry the poo bag with them, and they collect it on the way back and chuck it in the bin. Help us be a grass monster. Know how that looks like an M for monster? No, if you pay attention, those three stripes don't actually touch each other. That is the Jewish symbol for 666. Make of that what you will. It's too early for me to start getting into that. Give me a couple of beers and then we'll get into the devil. Flammaceus. That's Latin for flaming Lucifer. Somebody's definitely been here though. They never burnt my table, that's a good thing. There's the big flat piece of wood, which is... I'm surprised that thing didn't burn, because that was fat wood all up that side. There's my chair, there's my chair, there's my table. Bastards. Buckfast. Was that the twins?
She's got a face like thunder. I wonder what I've done this time. I won't break no longer. That skinny bitch weighs a lot on my mind. She's got a face like thunder. I wonder what I've done this time. I won't break no longer. That skinny bitch, that skinny bitch, that skinny bitch.
There's the young team. 3 days sober. Yeah, 3 days sober, young team. Not one of them saw me. I'm not even wearing green kit. They're definitely here for the night though, but second guy closest to us, he's carrying one of those dome tents, and it looks like it's a brand new dome tent. You know, the circular ones that pop up, which are bloody impossible to get back in the case again. That looks like it's in its case, all snug, which means he's never used it before. And for the guy on the opposite side as well, the furthest away, he's got a dome tent. I'll need to figure out the wind direction so I'm not downwind from their fire, because if they burn this forest, I don't want it travelling in my direction while I'm sleeping. Yeah, keep going boys, keep going.
Weighs a lot on my mind. It ain't so long ago she held my heart and broke my soul, and dancing all night long through oldies lot on my mind. And how things have changed between us, been so great to feeling nervous. No matter what I've done, it merits nothing to say I deserve this.
Now, you MSR owners, and you're like, why is these bits so flappy? That's what these are for. Pull on them, that'll tighten up your corners. And always loosen them as well. When you're taking it down, loosen off those so they're always got the most amount of length on them to play with. That's what she said. I found another tent peg, Kinder Egg wrapper, and this thing that we're always trying to escape from. Come on, have we not had enough of this yet? All that broken glass. That's a Corona bottle. I also found a shiny 5p piece. Worst piece ever, eh? I'd rather have a piece in chips, a piece in jam. Yeah, that's a Dundonian joke that anybody watching outside of Dundee like, what are you talking about, man? Piece is Dundonian for sandwich. So piece of bread, slice of bread, if you will. So when I say piece and chips, you know what I'm talking about now. That's the night vision trail camera set up, pointing that way. I was going to have it pointing towards camp, but we never picked up anything the last time we tried that. In fact, we've never picked up anything every time we've pointed it towards camp. Sorry, excuse me. That was a beer burp. The unwritten rule, if you're going camping, you better bring beers, and if you don't bring beers, you better just go home again. I'm going to be sleeping on a foil mat. As always, I have a bivvy bag, and you'll be like, Frankie, why have you got a bivvy bag? You're in a tent. Well, it's meant to be raining, and Alan's feet aren't waterproof, so if I just have my sleeping bag there, my one season sleeping bag, that'll get soaking wet with Alan coming in and out the rain. Top tip, always gooseneck your bivvy bag. Tie it up, gooseneck it, and then that way no insects get in there before you get in there. It's my dry bag with all my clothes in it, spare socks, spare t-shirt, my hoodie, and I think my jacket. And I use that as a pillow. Fleece sleeping bag liner that he chewed up. Remember the episode when he chewed up that thing? So I've cut it in half and stitched it together, and now that's his. There's Alan's camera. You don't actually never get to see Alan's camera because he's wearing it. Yeah, so there you go. This is my first aid kit. Actually, let me just do this. Anybody want a first aid badge? I'll pop that in there. This is my first aid / survival kit. This bottom cup, it's useless as a cup for drinking coffee because it's too soft, and if you put any hot liquids in it, it just gets even softer. I have red tape around it. For why? For why? Come on, you know the reason why. That's Alan's official drinking bowl now. Man, I'm so sorry for the creaking tripod. It must have creaked lots there. Right. Want a drink, Alan? Here you go. Cheers, boy. But what's inside your first aid / Alan, every time I put the camera on you lick your dick, you need to stop that. It's no funny. It's no funny. You're going to get me demonetised for that. I'm not even monetised, but when I... Look at that look. You see that look he was giving me? Like, what am I getting into trouble for? I'm only doing something that I do 400 times a day. I'm sorry, mate. I don't want kisses from you, though, because I just know where your tongue's been. No, don't try and kiss me. No licks. No licks. To be quite honest. Stop telling me to stop it. When dogs yawn and lick their noses and stuff, that's them telling you no. You stop telling me no. I'll tell you no. What was I saying? Yeah, to be honest, I'm just jealous. I wish I could do what he did. Firstly, for quickness, you need to unclip that, and then you could pull it right off your belt. Oh, That's a fire lighter, and my candle, they sit in that bit. Tick removers for Alan and myself. Elastic bands, pink ones, so they stand out on the green foliage. Painkillers, which is essential. The very last one of these badges. This is the very last one. I've ordered new ones with the new logo of me and Alan. A survival whistle. Thread. There it is, right next to it. There's the needle that goes along with it. A tiny wee screwdriver, and I'll show you what the screwdriver is for in a minute. It belongs to that battery. They belong to something. I'll show you. Water purification tablets, tin opener, can opener, bottle opener. You don't actually need one of these. I'll show you how to open a can of food without any tools. Rubber gloves, and then we have more stormproof matches, a foil blanket. Guys, I have a really cool trick to show you what these aren't just for keeping you warm in a survival situation or becoming a shelter in a survival situation. This foil, shiny bright foil blanket is brilliant for escape and evasion. That's for another episode. And in here we'll have elastoplasts, bandages, what's it called? The tent repair tape. So everything you need to patch up holes on you or your tent. In this section, 48-hour candle, zip fire lighter. I swear by these fire lighters, the best of the best. There's another zip fire lighter. Here is a stick of chapstick. Now I know that's not really a survival first aid thing that you're thinking of, but see, if you can use this for your lips if you're dehydrated and all that nonsense. But if you have a piece of cotton wool and you put this all over the cotton wool, it kind of acts like a candle. It gets all waxy and stuff, and the cotton wool will actually burn for longer. So there you go. Conforming bandage, dressing. Here's another spare needle. So that needle is actually for stitching fabric. The needle that's in there with that other thread, that's for stitching yourself. That's a thinner needle. Some medical tape, a spare carabiner, which I've used quite a lot for when I'm tying the bungees and paracord to the tree and I need that little bit extra. It's the greatest thing ever. I've used that more than I thought I would, that tiny wee thing. And in here is antibacterial wipes, adhesive wound dressing, more wound dressings, cotton pads, and that's not just for polishing my shoes, that's for fire lighting as well. Triangular bandage and plasters, and of course spare batteries. 3 AAAs and 2 AAs. The 2 AAs, they're spare batteries for that red torch light. Alan, stop it, man. And the 3 AAAs, that's spare batteries for that. The last segment, the best fire lighter of all time, flint and steel. This one has a built-in whistle and a miniature compass. Let me just unclip this because we're going to get back to this in a minute. This is the whole reason that we're in this forest in the first place. Right, so on this side we have paracord, obviously. Now guys, remind me in the comments to buy some more paracord. I need to buy more paracord because that's all I have left. And then we'll have the trusty System Skynet, the official System Skynet knife, which is a Gerber Paraframe Mini SS, and the SS doesn't stand for stainless steel, it stands for System Skynet. Not the other SS that you're probably thinking, stop it you Nazi. Nail clippers, yeah, because they're bloody essential, especially if your nails grow as fast as mine. A spare lighter, my red LED torch. This OEX, I can't remember the name of the model, but it has also a lot of 100 mile an hour tape. I'm going to start that again. It also, can you tell that I just started this clip again? It also has 100 mile an hour tape on there. I've wrapped the length of that around there, so there's extra tape for emergencies. Scissors, and in this little section I have a tent repair pole, so if you snap your poles of your tent you could feed it through there. And that also has a little section of 100 mile an hour tape. A glow stick, that yellow one is for emergency lighting purposes, and this blue one that's still in its wrapper, that's for real emergencies. So my team know that it's me. When they see the blue thing hanging, the blue light glowing somewhere, they're like, shit, Frankie's injured. This will never be opened, I hope. The boys know that blue light represents Frankie boy, so they'll just look for the blue light and I won't need to broadcast my position. I don't know how I managed it, because it still seems like it's a bit full here. I don't know how I managed to squeeze all this into the... Right, Frankie from the future, show a photo of this pouch next to the one that all this came out of. 100%, I swear on my daughter's eyeballs, all this I managed to squeeze into the other pouch. How bonkers is that, man? How bonkers is that? He's no been acting like he's got any ticks on him, but I'm going to get these tick removers right now. Right, Alan, your favourite thing ever. He fucking hates this. You'll grill at me when I roll him on his belly. Tick check. I'm hoping, I can't believe I'm actually hoping for a tick. Right, let me check your belly. Did you hear that growl he hates? Check your belly. That's weird, he's always at least got one. And I definitely waited a couple of hours to make sure he would have at least one. You're all good, buddy. You're all good. Put that back on though, because that's the law. Well, I might as well just tell you, hopefully in the morning I can actually show you. Right, so that's his official tick removers. But I bought this thing. It hangs from his collar and it has a 2-meter radius. It's an ultrasonic tick repellent. That tiny wee speaker, can you see that? It's got a wee speaker in it. That kicks off a frequency that dogs can't hear, humans can't hear. That's the power button. I saw a video on YouTube. A guy had one of these, not this design, but he still had it. He had one of these. Man, it was amazing. It blew my mind, and I thought that's got to be a piss take. And then I watched a couple of more videos. These things are legitimately real. So he had a tick. He took the tick and he placed it on his hand. Sorry, I'm using my other hand for holding the camera. But he placed the tick on the palm of his hand, and you saw this thing was about to... It was making ready. It was about to start burrowing into his skin. I'm like, oh man, what are you doing? Because that's just no fun. Like, why would you do that for fun? And then he pulled out one of these, and with his other hand he just kind of held it next to the tick that was about to burrow into his skin. Guys, this tick freaked out and started run. I've never seen a tick run. I've never seen them move any faster than a couple of millimeters a second, because all they're doing is looking around your flesh and stuff. This thing ran away from that. It started running. These things will repel all insects, supposedly. We just don't have any on him to Man, we came to the most tick infested place in Scotland and still haven't found a single tick. Alan, come here, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Oh, it's just a bit of dirt, it's just a bit of dirt. Top tip, and I'm going to look like a special needs person doing this, but if you want to hear better, open your mouth, like actually open your mouth. Because when you do that, you're opening your ear canals wider and you can hear things more. Me walking along the road with my mouth wide open, I know you can't see it and I'm not going to show you it. But it helps you see, shut up Frankie, it helps you hear better. It's not even that dark to use a head torch, it's just because GoPro doesn't appreciate low light. So look, we've still got some daylight. I can still see with my own eyes. I can still see with my own eyes. But we're back in camp. I'm going to cook some food. The young team seem to be doing their thing up there. Their voices don't seem to be, their voices don't seem to be travelling down here, so I think we're good. I'm going to switch this torch off because I'm giving my bloody position away. And yeah, I'm going to cook some food. I'll see you guys when it's bedtime maybe. I don't know. I'll see you guys in the very next clip. We're in our beds. We're all zipped up. I'm going to zip up that door. He's cozied in. He's cozied in. Happy days. Right. I'll see you in the morning, guys. Love you. Night night. I had to wait 30 seconds for him to stop. You know what he does every time the camera comes on. I'm going to wait to get a brew on. And you go and get yourself covered in ticks. Go and find a tick. Well, it didn't rain last night. My trail cam's still attached to the tree, that's a good sign. There was a dog, and I imagine it was a huge dog. It felt like a horse was running past. And it sounded like his name was Alan. There was a lady, a woman, there was a female. Sure it was Alan that she was unless she was shouting on him, seeing if we were camping. Was that your new mum, Alan? You got you a new mum? Right, I'm gonna get a put on. Man, I had some really crazy dreams last night. Top tip, if you want to have super mental dreams, detox your body for a while. I'm not even joking, it's crazy dreams, like. And then you wake up from them. Alan, move. Sitting right in front of the camera and doing it. Yeah, so Alan, stop that. Every time the camera's on. Right, I'm going to make that. I'm going to let him do that. See you guys in a second. That wee dot there. Oh, it's corrected itself. Right, there's a tick. See which way it's heading. And switch this thing on. Right, that's on. Point that there then. Are you scared of that? It's walking right towards it. Guys, I think this tick repeller is a load of shite. Look, the thing's crawling towards it. It's crawling towards it. Take care of that. I think I put too much water in. First things first though, I always wish things a better life in the next one. Except these little fucks. Right, get in the middle of the tin, and say goodbye to your bloody legs. Ugh. Like that? You like that? That's what you get for trying to feed on my wee Doug. Off you pop. So the question is, was it a half-dead battery because it was the battery that come in it? It says there was no batteries included, but when I opened it to put a fresh battery in, there was already one in there. Or is it just because it's a cheap Chinese knockoff of the original? Is this the biggest scam on the planet? Is this the worst tick repellent of all time? I'm going to say it is. I'm going to say this particular model doesn't do as it's described to do, man. That tick walked towards it twice. Well, at least we know. At least we know. I'm not. I'm waiting for my coffee, man. Sun's coming out. No, Your Honour, it's coffee right now. But I'll give you a line if you want one. Meh. Oh man, that would be sticky. I think that might block your nose. You want to have one of those fibre up things right now though. A lemon drizzle square. I don't think it's a square anymore. Nah, it's not a square anymore. These are pretty good, man. Wait till you hear this one. Sometimes I even impress myself. Which is Snoop Dogg's favourite fibre up square? Lemon drizzle, man, nizzle. Shut up, it's first thing in the morning. I'm gonna laugh at that for days. I love stupid jokes, man. Oh. I thought it was a beetle. Well, it's got a long body, isn't it? Don't hide under there. What? Like the wee scorpion. A wee black scorpion. The last time I saw one of these was in my garden when I was a kid. Eh? What are you? What are you? The wee white things come out its tail. What are you? I'm gonna bite the stick. Its wee pincers on its head are out, and its wee white pincers on its tail is out. Right. Come on. There. There you go. Are you good? What is that? Leave no trace. I've even picked up the last people's rubbish. Alan, this way. Let's go, Joe. Well, boys and girls, it looks like I'm going to spend a little extra couple of quid and get one of the real tick deterrent things. That's what I get for buying a cheap Chinese knockoff. And I only got it because it looked like a ladybird. I like to learn things the hard way. I'm only human. Well, I'm no human. You guys are human. I'm from Krypton. And as always, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hitting the like button. And super big fat thanks to all you subscribers. I'll see you in the comments, you beautiful humans. Ta-ta!